coming up like a
Especially
kind of a
like
regular story. Yeah.
with the president, how the president just got totally exposed and how every
Yeah.
like hit him in the nose. I'm like, who does that? Who hits the
Yeah,
president?
I
And
mean,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, okay, I have a
But it do
question
make you
for
feel that
Tamara.
way. Like nowadays, that do make me feel like I could punch. I believe that I could do that if I was in close proximity with Donald Trump. I believe I could punch him. Word, for real. So that's why I did. It was like, yeah, get him or whatever. And I think that that's why she had the. That's the part where she'd be like, okay, I got to keep this fiction. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay, I
So
have a
that little
question
part. But it is. She
for
wasn't gonna get in that close proximity to the
I have a
president.
question for Tamara that do you think uh, Judge Wayne actually tied every up into this one, and or he really trusted her that she could do that and she could pull out this thing?
I think he trusted the fact of her loyalty. I think he had his,
Loyalty or capability?
I think both. I think both. I think he knew if out of everybody that was around, he never really, I mean, he wound up putting his son in danger. I mean, his son kind of was in danger, but I think he knew that out of all of his clerks or out of everybody, if anybody was going to solve this, she would. And because of her brain, the fact that she had an eidetic memory, that she could remember all, when she remembered all that, she recreated that whole list of code. Um, he knew that about her. He knew, I believe there was part like he knew about her background. And so, kind of how she grew up. And didn't she go through like a few schools before she got her law degree? So I think he knew out of everyone, she's the one I can trust. She's loyal. She has a huge sense of loyalty and of justice, also of justice. And she's going to see this through. I think if he'd have picked somebody else, they probably would have folded and gave it to the wife.
And
So
a lot of the clues that she used was stuff that he listened to what she said was her answer. Remember, like that book in the end was like something that was her favorite or something. It wasn't so much.
right.
So he listened to her, and so some of the clues she had to go through. Think about her own self too, when she was going through the clues,
So
which
I
I
think I
thought was
Right.
definitely think that
good.
he knew of anybody, she's the one I can
But
trust to do
what
Okay.
that.
was the label that he titled them in the beginning? Remember him and the other guy judge, and he said it was like a tag that he put on it and said like he would label them, the clerks, like one words or whatever. And hers might have been Avery's might have been sufficient or something. Everybody else had a little negative undertone to it. And hers was like, it wasn't like it was like, oh yeah, superstar or anything like that either, but it was just like this one, it was like a note he used to put on everybody's file when they were coming to the clerk's office, coming to the judge's when they would clerk for him. He would put label them. Y'all don't remember that part? That was in the first part. That
Yeah,
was in the
she,
first part.
yeah, but yeah, you're talking about this the signed one or the one he puts that this is like uh, acceptable or saying remarkable or something like that.
Yeah,
This is what you're talking
yeah,
about, like on the
yeah.
file when he gets
Yeah,
the CV
yes, on the
on the
file he would
CV
put
and
on them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
He referred to
mm.
them as chess
Like
pieces.
acceptable. Okay, no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
that was
He was actually kind of summarizing that this is my standard of the clerks. I would have them as or not acceptable or not acceptable, something like that. And like she got good marks on that or good review or good kind of
it wasn't good,
overall
but it was
recommendation.
better than the rest of them.
Yeah,
And he
better
and
than it.
he
Yeah, it
referred
was not.
I think he said that she was like sufficient,
Something,
Yeah,
yeah, just
sufficient. Yeah,
something
and
like
yeah.
he
that.
Hey
referred to
Ray, hey
them as
Dr. Ray.
chess. He
yeah.
referred to them also as chess pieces, like
Yeah,
who was a
yeah,
pawn, basically
but
who.
that's a different thing. I will come back
Yeah.
to that one. Okay, Ray, you go ahead with the book reading your review, or you mean like your perspective of the book. Now we have read all of the book, and then
I just think the last couple of chapters kind of fell apart.
are you
The
driving?
kind of
That's
yeah,
what,
can
yeah.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Ray, are you like we are making up something? What we hear from you?
Don't worry about it. When I get to my location.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So Tamara, I was also going to ask you, or I will ask Ray also about this one. When I mean, uh, did you expect that the vice president would have somehow how he got into, I mean, like a healthy president and without an election? So he got into the president because of just removing the president from, like, I mean, like killing him. So even I had a hunch that in the beginning, that how I mean, like a perfectly fit president, he would not have been 90 plus or something like that, and still that, and then he all of a sudden, and then he has a good allies with him like Vance, and then he promoted those things as like a chess game for him as well. So he's trying to do the power struggle. So did you expect that? I mean, President Stokes, Ben Stokes or something. Ben Stokes, what his name was.
No, the
Ben,
wasn't okay.
president's name, the current
Oh,
president's name.
what was his name? The president's name
Ben
was
something? Ben something?
Stokes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So was he?
the vice president was Vance, right?
No, 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 no. He was the advisor. He
Who was
was
the
the vice.
advisor?
Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes was the vice president when he removed the president, and because of being the vice president, he came into power as a president. I mean, without being elected.
Okay,
Anyway,
well,
so I was
what's the
asking,
question?
going to ask you that do you see or did you see that uh, Ben could have been that much manipulative and like how I would say that he could remove the people from his way to the president's presidency?
I do think because he knew, didn't he know about what was going on? The project type. I think President Stokes was more of a social climber, you know, and he
Social?
didn't social climber. Like he wanted to keep things the way they were. He didn't really know a lot of secrets, if I'm
Mhm.
remembering correctly. But I think the vice president, wasn't he a former
There is no vice president.
there's
He
no vice
was the
president.
vice, yeah,
Okay.
he was the vice president and he
So
removed
what
some
is the question?
Starmer or something. My question is that did you predict that Stokes could be a killer for his president to remove him
Oh,
from his
that he
post
killed
and
the
become a president?
oh, okay. I didn't get that. That he killed somebody to become the
Yeah,
president.
he killed the president to become the he killed the president
He
to
was the
become
vice
himself.
president.
He was the vice president.
Okay. Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah.
You guessed it.
You know what? I'm going to have to go back and read that part because I don't remember that part.
Last couple of chapters. I think the last chapter or something like 52nd or 53rd
Where
chapter.
I
This is
said like a lot of stuff was getting
and
convoluted.
actually once
Yeah,
Vance
but
gave
so he explained that when he had her tied up,
we Ray, we
where
can't hear you.
Vince,
I was going to say Vance actually handed over the video evidence to Avery to put forward that one. Do you remember? Ray,
I'm gonna
we are
have to go
waiting.
back. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go back and read that.
Okay. My next question,
But
or
I'm not
we will.
surprised though. I'm not surprised.
Yes, Dr. Mahasin, go ahead.
No, I don't remember Vance being. I don't remember them mentioning Vance as the vice president.
Not Vance was not never vice
Yeah,
president.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
Tamara's perception was that he might
No,
have been. No, he was the advisor or that special Homeland
he was
Security
in
kind of,
another part of government, and I'm not sure whether or not it was the judicial branch.
not
And
ju-
then
no
he
no
ended up getting some.
scientific. It was the Science and Technology
He
Department,
got
something
moved
like
to
that.
science and technology. Then he became like special something to the president. I thought the president's name was
He was in
Rumsfeld.
the Marines or something too, or whatever he
Yeah.
had in the Marines, and then they
Okay,
pulled him
somebody
in
has
or
a question in
something.
the chat, a very
Me.
intriguing question. Why didn't Vance kill Avery when he had all the chance,
In the
everything
end.
like she was? Who would like to go ahead with that?
question before that one. Can you read the one before that first?
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
who is
It's
each
one
person?
before
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Justice Vance sees Avery as smart, driven, and loyal,
No,
but
no, no,
also
before
someone.
that. Before that,
Okay.
there's a
Who
question.
is each person according to chess's pieces? Who is the king? All right.
I
I
think
asked,
Justin,
I had the prediction last time, and I'm happy that one of the predictions which I did, that Justice Wayne is basically one of the bishops
I thought
here.
Justice Wynn was the king.
No, he was never the king because everybody was after, like he put the wrong pe people to deceive them, that everybody was taking the life of the Vance, of not Vance, Justice Wayne. So everybody
No,
was so
no,
he,
no,
everybody.
no, 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 no. Justice Wynn is the king.
He is the king.
Think so?
Avery is
And
the
It is written
Avery
in the
is the
book.
queen.
It
Yes.
is written in the book. It's written in the
Avery
book.
is the queen. I don't know if you can hear me. Avery is definitely the queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
Justice
understand.
Wynn
I
is
mean,
the king because
look,
Avery, this, I don't know if you can hear me, but
no,
Avery is
no,
Barely
only
is
part.
raggedy as heck.
no. It is written in the book, and it is revealed in the, I think, 53rd chapter that Justice Wayne was
Is a
the bishop.
bishop. He is a bishop. So
It's
that's why
written
I
in the
said who
book.
was the king, because I know that,
Yeah,
because I would have said,
so number
why?
one. Number two, the evidence to that, to rebuttal that kind of statement that Justice Wayne was not the bishop, is that there was a point, even Justice Wayne could have died. Still, the struggle would have been with the chess game would still go on with Avery. So when the king dies, there is no more game. So that's why I'm saying that even if we would have died or whatever would have happened, yeah,
He's
double
not
bishop
dead. He
sacrifice
not,
is the,
just,
yeah,
Bishop, but Justice Wynn not dead, but it did come out that he was the bishop, because I think that that was Stokes that was saying, Brandon Stokes was saying, oh,
yeah,
that
that's
son
what
of
he
a
was saying.
B, he
Oh,
caught
that
me
he's the,
even in coma, he got me in this checkmate, something he
yeah,
said, something he
yeah,
said.
because he remembered the Lasker bar in the beginning. Nobody understood what's mean Lask or bar, something like that. They were misusing because they were Lasker bar. He was saying such, and then only because Stokes was a chess player, he knew what he was talking about. And this is from the game. It's just a,
Mr. Hassan,
yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Justice Wynn is definitely the king because Avery
Okay,
is
let
trying
me
to
ask you the
protect.
question then. Let
Hold
me
on a
ask you
second.
the,
Let me explain. I'll explain it to you. Justice Wynn is definitely the king, all right? Because the king on a chessboard can only move what? One step. He's kind of like a dormant piece. Even though he's the
okay,
most powerful piece, he's the dormant piece because he can only move one side either direction, right? So he's dormant.
okay,
So Justice Wynn is obviously in a coma, all right? But he had set everything up. Being a good king, he set everything up and he let his queen Avery, who can do a lot of cool moves on the chessboard, he set her up to do all these cool moves,
But
right?
who is
So he put
Jared?
her in a position. Jared is like a bishop, or because Jared had, or a knight. I would say Jared is a knight because he has all these skills, right? He helped jam the signal, so he has all these technical skills. Um, the other lawyer, what was it, Noah? Noah's like a rook, or or a bishop. Noah
I would
has
ask
some
you,
pieces.
I would ask you,
So everyone, so he has his pieces, right? Vance, Stokes. So Stokes is the king. There's actually two kings here, right? There's a king on the other side of the board
yeah,
too, because you got to remember in chess there are two kings,
yeah, of
right?
Are there two
course.
kings? No,
So
see, I don't play
Yeah,
chess.
the upper part, the other
so
part, the
so
opponent.
Stokes is the king on the other side,
Yeah,
and
clear.
Vance
Oh,
is his queen. Vance
Yes,
is his
clear.
queen, and then he got all these other pieces that serve as different pieces on the chessboard. So Justice
Right.
Wynn is definitely the king because if Justice Wynn is killed, the game is over for
No,
everybody,
this is what I was
right?
going to
And
ask
and
you.
and 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 President Stokes wins if Justice if but there's always one move on the chessboard. So there's always another move, right? So when Avery signed that letter, the resignation letter, she had another move. because in chess, unless you're in checkmate, you always have another move, right? So that it reminds me of that famous painting. I think it was a Renaissance painting where the devil. Anybody ever seen that painting? The devil was playing a chess player, and if you look on the board, the devil looks like he has the player in checkmate. But if you know how to play chess, and if you're a grandmaster or really good at chess, you would notice that there's one more move on that painting, right? So Avery figured out that move to wiggle out of the situation when she gave the resignation. This all confirms that Justice Wynn is the king.
So in
Yeah, I
other
would.
words, if Jared is the knight, that means the knight, the rook, the pawn, all of them are done on a die. All of them are off the chessboard before the queen and the king. The king
This is
can the
what I was
chess can the
going to
game be
ask you.
won without the king being the only one on the chessboard? Is the king the only one on the chessboard for the game to
Wait,
be
No,
won?
no,
wait.
no.
I will ask. Let me ask the
You can
question.
have many
I'm
pieces
trying
on a
to.
chessboard.
I'm trying to put this one to Ray. Had everybody else died and the king survived, which is Justice Wayne, would Stokes have won?
Well, you can't win with the king
The king
alone.
is surviving
Because
according to you.
no, no, no,
The
no, no.
king
You
is,
can never win at chess. You played chess before. You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
win with the king. If I take all your pieces and your king is left, your king is done for because he has nobody to protect them,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah,
Avery
but
was there,
the
Garrett was
point
there,
here,
Noah was there, Agent Lee was there. There was a lot of pieces. So don't look at this one dimensionally. Look at
yeah,
this
but
as a chessboard on the white and black,
But
right?
Justin
this
Wynn
is
didn't include them
the
in his
point. The point
pieces.
here,
He didn't include
basically,
any of them.
Stacey Abrams has brought in the concept of Lasker Bar game that as a metaphor that there were pieces he played, or Justice Wayne has put the things in such a way that he knew, and there was a point. That's what actually I want to put the exact question to make it simple. In the last part of the book, like 52nd chapter, around 52nd, 51st, 52nd chapter, even if the Justice Wayne would have died, Avery would have still exposed
No, the game
the
is
President
over.
Stokes.
No,
Which
no,
game
no.
is
Look,
over?
the
Even
game
if
is
they would,
over. If Justice Win dies, the game's over.
okay.
The
The
game
point is not, the
the
point
point
was
the
not about Justice Wayne dies or not. It was about exposing the government and exposing the acts and removing the,
no, 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 no,
Right.
no.
Justice
No,
Wynn
no.
don't care if he survive or not. That's why
or
he
He
not.
picked
didn't
up
want to
his
So
survive.
sword.
He said
He don't
that's
want
what,
to
he was
survive. He want his
basically
son to
and
saying
also
survive.
I would,
No,
he was
I would give
basically
it,
saying he wanted his son to survive. Yeah.
let's talk
if
about the,
Justice Win dies, what happens? Then
just
Stokes
nothing.
is a king. So
Yeah, but
no,
Stokes.
nothing.
Stokes is a king. No, 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 you're missing the
The
point.
Stokes is the king
Stokes is
from
a
the other
king.
side. Yes,
Stokes is a
for the other
king on the
side.
other side, right?
Yeah, but
So if Justice Wins dies, right?
okay,
If Justice Win dies, then the
okay.
game is over because Stokes gets to do what he wants, right? He gets
The
to do
point
what he
here,
wants.
I
I would
think Justice
just,
Wynn gonna die anyway.
can I speak for 1 minute?
Mhm.
1 minute only, I will take. When there was a situation, she was almost winning against President Stokes. The the opponent's queen or Vance actually kidnapped Rita. This is where she went into the negative part or the kind of move one step back. And that's where she used it as a bargaining chip. And even then, she said, okay, I will trade his resignation so that let him survive. So it was not the matter of Justice Wayne survives or not survives. It
No,
was about
no, no,
exposing
no,
the king
no. See,
and killing the
that's
king.
what.
It was
No,
the
no,
killing
no.
the king.
Look at it and look at it as a
And
chess.
also,
That was. Hold on a second. Let me address that. When Vance kidnapped Rita, right? And Rita gave the resignation, right? That was check. That wasn't checkmate because Rita had another move. That's what I'm trying to say. This whole thing is about when. It's about Justice Win and whether he he dies or not, or he resigns. Resigns would be the same as dying. If you remember in the book, it tells us that there's not going to be a winner in this game. The best that she can get. She says this in the book, chapter 47, 48. She says there's not going to be a winner to this. That the best I can hope for is a draw, and that's
That's
exactly what she got.
that's a
She got a
strategy.
draw. She got a
That's
draw.
how, yeah, how another kind of, this is how
So
some games
okay, so
are.
how did she get the draw? She
No,
got the
no,
draw
you need to understand
by
it holistically. The overall, this is what
okay, hold on a
she's
second,
going
but
for.
think you're not Mr. Hassan. You gotta think for a second. If this was about exposing the government, then she would have won. She didn't win. Stokes taunts her at the end. Vance actually knocks her out at the end of the book, right? So she doesn't win. The only thing she gets is a draw. She tells us there's going to be a draw in chapter 47, 48, something like that. So if that was the case, then she wins, but she doesn't win, right? She doesn't
I
win.
She
This
did
this
when
match is a
she
draw.
got her mother
let
back.
him speak. Let him speak,
No,
and
no,
so that
no,
he
no, no,
doesn't
no.
interrupt me when
She
I
didn't
speak.
win because it's not about Rita. This is not about Rita. Rita is just a pawn in the game. There's no winners in this game. There's no winner in this book. It's a draw, right? That's why there's another edition. Isn't there another book after this one? There's another book in the series, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
there
two,
are, I
two
Right.
think,
more.
yeah,
Yes, because
two more
there's
books.
in this book is only a draw, because Stokes says to her in her face, basically laughs at her in his face, "Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm going, And Vance tells her when he meets her at the end of the book, he says Stokes is going to get out of this. He's going to wiggle his way out of it. So this is a complete draw. If this was about exposing everything that was going on, then there would be a finality to the book. You wouldn't have another book to this. But I mean, Abrams is
Are you
smart
still
because she's
there?
keeping the series going. Finality to the book. Hello.
Maybe the game not over
Ray,
yet.
Ray,
The
Ray, you
game is
have
no.
to
The
add
game
some
is
more
definitely not.
points. You added one point that because of
Yeah.
what I understand is one is that you said that because Wayne has to survive, and that's because that is one of the reason that he's the one of the king. All right. Number two, you said she was going for a draw, and that's another reason that she wanted the king to survive. These are the 2 points you made. Is there any other point?
I mean, my other point is that that's why there's another series. That's why this is a series. There's no
Yeah, okay.
finality
No,
to the
no.
book.
We are talking about that who is the king or who is the bishop, as Dr. Mahasan asked even, and we were talking about
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time to guess it.
So I mean, in the reason why we get that exchange in the Chief Justice chambers, right? Remember, we get that exchange um between Stokes and Avery, right? Is to show you that hey, look, I'm the king. I'm still alive. You got me in mate. You got me in mate, but you don't have me in checkmate, right? All right. This game is a draw. We'll see you again. That's why Vance visits her, right? It basically tells her the game's not over, right? So the reason why the game's not over is because Justice Wynn is still alive. Now, in the next book, the king may be shifted to something other than Justice King. Justice Wynn. We don't know yet because we haven't read the book. But for sure, Justice Wynn is the king. For sure. Positive. 100%.
All right. What I wanted, or what I have the points of argument from the evidence in the book, it is written clearly that when President Stokes said, "Oh, this guy," I mean, he was speaking in the bad way in terms of about Justice Wynn, while even he's sleeping, he tricked me. And the trick was that he was thinking that he will seize him from any power or anything, and then the game would be over. But even he tried to seize him, but the game was not over because his focus was towards Wayne. So even he lost it because of that one. He was the reason to implicate him that whatever the crime he has done. This is one evidence. Second evidence is in the book it is written that when he was talking about, I think chapter 47, chapter 50 something, it's written that who are the bishops. It's clearly written. Justice Wayne was one of the bishops. So that's where he was strict. Number two, these are the two major examples. Now, the third thing I want to say is basically the more important question for everybody is that what Stacey Abram wants to convey the message in terms of overall thing. Let's listen to Tamara first because she has raised up her hand there.
Yeah, I agree that Justice Wynn, he does not. At first I thought Avery was the queen. And then the more I read, I'm like, okay, Avery is not the queen. Avery is a bishop. So I think he sees Avery as she's going to implement my ultimate goal is to get this investigated, to get this out. So an investigation is going to happen as of, what happened with this project. And eventually to save my son. I think in the book, I can't remember what chapter, but basically he was saying either you're going to get this done before the term ends, because remember they had like 2 weeks before the term ended. This has to be done. That's my deadline. This has to be done before the term ends, or just basically kill me. That was his. Remember, there was a missing codicil in the will or something, and they found it. So basically, I didn't see him as the king. I saw him as a bishop as well, because he was making all of these moves even though he was in a coma, because he had Avery. Avery was the physical bishop and he was the mastermind behind it all.
I think you
So
guys are
Got it. The
overvaluing
king
the-
is Burson syndrome cured. That's the king. The Burson gene.
the
That's
king,
the king.
I think the king is the
Not a
ultimate,
person.
I think the king is, I think what Justice Wynn, his goal was to get this information out, to say basically the president is corrupt, the whole government, that, everybody who knew this is corrupt. And
Yeah.
he doesn't want these two companies to merge, because if they merge, what happened that he was involved with is going to come out. That's why he's blocking it. So he's
You
not
guys are
blocking it.
overvaluing the bishop. Why are you guys putting so much value on? How many of you
I'm
guys play chess?
reading, this is what I'm reading.
We're not.
It was in the book.
Yeah,
It's in the
how many
book.
how many of you guys play chess? Let me ask you this.
No, it's in
I've
the
never-
book, Ray. The
I've
bishop's
never
what I'm
played
talking
chess.
about is in
So
the book.
let me tell you something.
Hard play. Yeah.
And when you're playing chess, the bishop is not a very important piece. So you use
But
the
it is
bishop to
important.
set
The point here is
yeah, but you guys are overvaluing the bishop,
wait.
right?
The point here.
In chess,
What
you
is the
sacrifice your bishop. Hold on a second. You
Ray?
sacrifice your bishop a lot in chess, right? You use your bishop as a sacrifice piece.
Ray?
Avery is not a sacrifice piece, nor is Wynn, because if Wynn or Avery, and a lot of times in chess, if you lose your queen, then pretty much the game is over unless you're a master player. If you lose your queen, then pretty much the game is over for most players. If you
But
lose
in the
Avery,
book-
if you lose Avery, the game is over.
In the book, she's described as a bishop. And what he says,
No,
bishops are
he's not.
powerful,
He's not.
strategic
Yeah.
pieces. So
They-
in the book,
beginning,
he describes
everybody.
he describes her as a bishop.
Yeah, but I think that's I'm looking at this from a chess player's. From looking at the board again, I'm not the greatest chess player in the world, but I've been playing all my life. I'm not, but I know enough about the value of the pieces. And yes, bishops are important. You don't go out to intentionally lose. Well, you can go out to intentionally lose a bishop.
Ray, let
But
me
they're not
ask you the question.
I'd rather have it. Mr. Son. If you're playing chess, what piece would you rather have, the knight or the bishop?
Wait, I mean, yeah, I understand your point that these
No,
are
no,
like,
answer that question. What
okay,
what piece would you in chess? What piece would you rather sacrifice, your bishop or your knight?
bishop.
Yeah, you'd rather sacrifice your bishop because your knight has more slick moves. So if
Yeah,
anything, why are we? I don't understand why we have this fascination with the
I'm
bishop.
going to, no, my question is going to be, there are many kinds of games, the many ways that you play the game. Why the Lasker Bard is mentioned? My question, simply I put it. Why
I
Lasker
Yeah,
think
Bard
that
is mentioned?
I'm not exactly sure why that was mentioned. I got to go back and look at that. But I
No, no,
think that,
it is clear. It is
oh, it
clear
is.
why
Okay.
Lasker Bar is put in. And I asked Ray that why the Lasker Bar is mentioned, not the other any other kind of game.
yeah. So that's a move that you can do in chess, right? It's a move
No,
that you
no,
can
no,
perform in
no, no,
chess.
no. Lasker Bar is a game in which the Lasker sacrificed his bishops for pawns. Lasker Bar,
Yeah,
he sacrificed his bishop for pawns, but he exposed the king.
yeah,
This is the theme of the Lasker
yeah, but
Bar
I think that's
mentioning.
overvalued. I think that's
No,
overvaluing because
no,
also
no, we are not.
remember. But hold
We're
on a
not.
second. But remember what happens to when your pawn gets to the other side of the board. What
Yeah, it
happens?
gets
You get
to.
to do what?
Yeah, you
What do
get
you get to
to
do when your
the.
pawn gets on the other side?
You can make it a queen. You can make it a rook.
Yeah,
You can make it
exactly,
anything.
exactly,
But the point here is,
exactly.
but why he mentioned, my question is why she mentioned that the reference as always, I think maybe 20 times he mentioned Lasker Bar, Lasker Bar, Lasker Bar, and the whole book is about Lasker Bar. So
Okay,
the
so
Lasker Bar move,
if you go to the storyline of the book, right? So yeah,
huh?
I get what you're saying. That's mentioned a lot in the book. But look at the storyline. At the end of the day, this game is not won without Avery, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, we're right. You are
Okay.
100% right on that one. But
All
the
right.
point here, what I was saying,
Would you also agree that there's no winner at the end of the book?
no, I don't.
So who won?
Avery is the winner,
Oh
or
no.
I don't
Justice Wayne
necessarily,
is the winner.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because she
I
removed
don't
the
necessarily,
bench.
right. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
but
would say who's a winner. If
yeah,
there's
she
winners or
removed the
losers,
she exposed the
but I
government's
think,
actions.
yes,
She exposed the king. She killed the king. The king is no more in power. The
right.
Ben
I
Philip
think
Stokes,
that
the
was the
God
Philip
Stokes,
goal.
said,
I think
Philip
that was the
said,
goal is to
Brendan,
get
Brendan,
this out.
Brendan Stokes is no more in power. He's removed
Right,
from the presidency. So means
right.
king is
Okay.
killed.
So
So I think
How
the
if
it
that was the
goal
and
is
case,
to
also
if that was the
remove,
case,
also
hold on a second. If that was the case, let's think logically here. If that was the case, to
yeah.
expose what was going on, there was a simpler way to do this. There was a very simple
How
way to expose.
how how
Get a journalist, and she had the pieces. They could have
she
done
didn't
some
have the
investigative
proof. She didn't
reporting.
have the
They
proof.
could.
and here they
Uh,
are killing people left and right. They killed
She
the
didn't have
nurse.
the proof. She
They
didn't have
killed
a proof.
Mary. Come on, they disappearing people. So until she got that proof, until she got
with
that
all
physical
the
proof,
The
investigative
last
journeying going on,
her
you
house
could
is
connect the
bugged. The
dots.
FBI following her. She don't have
yes,
no job. They know everything she doing. Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
Hire
so here's
hire
the
a
thing.
journalist coming to the
That's kind of the phony
they would
part
have
of the book,
disappeared
right?
the journalist.
it's a
Well,
fiction, right?
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's the phony part of the book because
Stacey
at the end of
yeah,
Abrams,
the
but
day,
Stacey
in
Abrams, you
real
see what you
life,
doing to these are doctors, Stacey. I'm stuck with
okay,
these
Ray,
doctors.
I would have more interesting question which I was asking, which I asked
Yeah. Good book though.
Tamara, was that do you think Justice Wayne trusted the abilities of Avery, or he played her into that and then like thought that it would be like he would be able to win the game? You got my question clear, or
I think that
am
goes
I?
back to what Tamara said at the beginning. I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because he,
I'm asking Ray about this question.
oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Ray, did you get my question clear?
He's
no, no,
muted.
ask someone else. I've already stated my position. Ask get somebody else's point of view. I don't want to
Oh,
dominate the.
all right, okay, okay. Anything else anybody wants to say like I would say let's zoom out and see what Stacey Abrams wants to expose or talk about, how the corridors of power they are run, and what kind of environment and the kind of culture there in the power corridors, where you have deep state and the people with deep powers and unseen powers, but they misuse it for their personal gains and stuff like that. So what do you think what Stacey Abrams wants to expose or talk about, or those kind of the zoomed out view? I mean, let's go a little bit of like uh, when let the details go inside whatever it is. So
I think
Hey,
her
so
I'm
hold on a
goal,
talking
second.
about
Hold on a
I'm
second.
talking about
Hold
the
on.
deeper meaning of the story. I'm talking
okay.
about the deeper
Hold on a
meaning of
second,
the story.
guys. Hey, guys. I just asked ChatGPT who
Okay.
were the kings and queens in this book.
Okay.
And it says, and I will read it.
Yeah, it gave me
ChatGPT
the wrong
says,
answer. It gave me the wrong answer. I
Yeah,
tested it yesterday.
ChatGPT gave the wrong answer. You need to use either Gemini or
No, but this is
Gemini
not,
or
but yeah, it
Or
gave a
read the
wrong
book.
answer.
We read the
read
book.
the
We
book.
read the book. We going by the
hold on a
information
second.
we read from the book, not from a strategic person's point of view, like how they play chess in
No,
real
I'm
life.
just telling you,
It's in this book.
ChatGPT says that Justice Wynn
Go chat
and Brandon
PG,
Stokes are the
whoever they are.
kings. ChatGPT says Justice Wynn and Stokes are the kings, and the queens are Avery and Vance. Just like I said,
That's a very
they take the
simplistic
central
view if
role.
you
But
do
if
not
you pull,
understand what's
right,
going on.
but if you can get two different answers, because if you
So
put that in chat,
I
if you
don't
put that in
value
another AI, if you put that in
AI
another
is never
AI,
correct, you know.
Because that's
you're
your
gonna get
AI,
a
AI,
different
Ray. That's
answer.
your AI that's answering your question because they know how you feeling or what you saying. So
yeah,
they want you to feel good. So they want you to be right. So they told you the answer that you want to hear.
yeah. I mean,
ChatGPT doesn't know what I don't even know if I
Yeah,
read
you
this
just
book or
got
not.
no, no,
we've been
no,
on the
no.
phone a whole hour. Yes, it does.
No, wait. Let me talk about this point of view. Every AI is 90% always correct, not more than. If it gets 100% correct, it's no more AI then. AI makes mistakes. And also, this is a conceptualization. This is a very deep message which Stacey Abrams wants to give. And it's a very deep, and it took her 12 years to write this book. And it is many people have reviewed and over reviewed. When we will talk about the rating of the book, that's where more deeper. I wanted to talk about what is the deeper message Stacey Abrams wants to give. This is my question, simpler.
I would say her message is that although there's gonna be corruption amongst whether it's justices, whether it's just human beings, whatever level, you have to have people that's honest to balance it out. Because you have people that's always like the people like Stacy or whatever, they were honest about their craft, what they did or whatever, and you can honestly see there was people like you said in the corridors right across from them that weren't and was using good for bad. The same with the Tigris projects with the biogenetic, and I think the same thing. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. If once they said that them prisoners was what they were doing to them prisoners, was that over in India when they had them exposed to the chemicals and like so many survived, and even the ones that survived the testing, they still like all 300 people that were killed or whatever. That's all I think these allocated Alcatrazes and all these things is too. So I think it's like some realness to it or whatever. I think that certain scientists do have to hide.
Okay.
Can't be
Uh,
brilliant and be you just can't. They want no matter what. If you have something that's good, they want to take it from. It's a scientist here in Atlanta that he them came up with some new stuff, and he been in hiding for 2 weeks because the people after him to take his stuff from him.
okay. Let's listen to Dr. Mahasin because she has written some good stuff. So rather than we read it, let her argue her points that the overall message or the deeper message what
No,
Stacey Abrams wants to.
you can actually read it, Mr. Hassan. It's fine with me. Um, Basically, I think that what she's trying to to get over to the, I guess the lay person, the common person, right,
Mhm.
is pretty much what we already think, right? Most people don't trust government. Most people don't trust politics. Most people, the average person doesn't, right? Because we know these things can happen, things that are unchecked people. We look at this, what's happening in many other places of the world. And so I think that she's only just bringing to light what the masses of the people already know, but we don't always
Mhm.
have the proof. The common person doesn't always have the proof. So how much of what she said in terms of the actual events, how much of that is real, how much of that isn't, is one thing. But the reality of these things happening is a totally different thing.
Mhm.
I think power in the
Yeah.
wrong hands,
Mhm.
and we're all witnessing that today. Power in the wrong hands, creates this, community of just doing whatever recklessness, that the smaller person has to suffer through.
Mhm. Yeah, there are many, yeah, areas where she's like, because she's herself into politics for some long time and she knows law, so she's trying to expose the culture which is like prevalent there.
Yeah. So
So,
we
Do
got to
you
yeah.
think
remember that.
Avery? Do you think Avery and Jared gonna wind up being a couple? I mean, they kissed and stuff. It was cute. It
That's
wasn't
another
like all
juicy stuff for
wild or
you.
whatever.
Huh? That's another juicy part of the
Yeah.
story for you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought that was kind of cute, because they both really felt like they really didn't have nobody as parents. And if you could meet somebody that you could start off with, it could be trauma bonding too. So I don't want to be, but if they like get a good
Yeah,
foundation and
but
they
I mean,
not bonding because got stuck
I was
together.
going to focus on the point which Dr. Mahasan said, that she's trying to give us strength or kind of a sense of feeling that a common man can rise and try to
All the time.
disrupt the, yeah, that she, like Avery was a common person and then she just rose up and then she stood on her grounds, and then the powerful or the most powerful person in the States, that guy was like kind of checkmated.
And yeah, I didn't kind of understand about the end when it was like Nigel, because sometimes to me Nigel sounded like he was on the right side, and sometimes he sounded like he was on the bad side. Like when that lady sent him them documents before she died, Betty,
Yeah, he was
I
swinging
was
because he's
like,
a
no,
business.
don't send it
He's
to
a,
Nigel.
he wants to make money basically. He's just like he wants to make money because he's from the, what is that company? The United States
Advar,
company.
Advar,
No, Edward is the Indian company.
oh,
The
Hygia,
GenWorks.
He's from the
Genworks.
GenWorks.
No,
Yeah.
GenWorks. So
To
the
me,
GenWorks,
Nigel comes off like young, but like kind of a mid-30s, kind of like he made this money, like you say, he wants to make money, but he
Mm.
does seem to kind of teeter on money or my conscience type of thing,
mhm,
you know?
mhm,
So he's like, do I put this out there that this has happened, or do I conceal these documents in fear of the companies not merging? Because he needed the companies to merge.
Mm.
So basically, I think he teeters on what's what. I don't know if she's continuing this particular storyline in the second book. I'm not sure. It's on my bookshelf. And I didn't read the synopsis. So I don't know if all these other characters are going to show up. I
Avery
definitely
is, because I said in that
she
interview I saw
shows
with
up. Yes,
Stacey
of
the other
course. The
day.
story's
She
about her.
said this is the third installment of Avery. Remember I
No,
said
I'm
she
talking
talked
about the
about
second book.
Avery.
Right.
But then,
I don't
but she
know if
said that,
I don't know if any of the other characters are going to show up
oh
in
no,
the
the other ones. But I think Avery gonna
Oh,
be in all
oh
of
yeah,
them.
definitely. The story is her storyline. So
Okay, okay.
she's the main character. But I don't, so I am curious to see what happens next, if anything happens next, if she keeps with something similar with the storyline. But I do agree that what Mahasan said about power and um and how power comes unchecked. When there's no ethical checks, when there is no, when you have someone in office who believes that they control everything and there's no ethics in this person, and that hijacks justice. And I think that was based on what I read, in my own opinion about what I read, that was ultimately Justice Wynn's goal, is justice. Like, basically, I want justice to be served, because I think you, Ms. Hassan, you said, like, or Ray said, like, why did he just be the bow out, or just make his they were waiting for him to say yes or no, or for it was like a 50-50 split. So why didn't he just do whatever? Why this elaborate game of cat and mouse type of thing? So I think his ultimate goal was justice. He knew he can't be saved, even though they did say something about the drug that put him in his coma. There might be a cure for that or something. But his ultimate goal was just for Brandon Stokes, the president, to be shown as a corrupt president, and to an investigation to be start into Project Tigress, and for the people to know exactly what's what. I think that was the ultimate goal for Justice Wynn.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah. So I think
I'm
just
going
as
to.
when I think we are I think we're over like romanticizing things in the book here. Just as when is we got to remember he's not a particularly good guy, right? The way he treats people is not particularly good. It's not bad, but it's not good either. And he does have a horse in his race with this whole serum. And so it's not like he doesn't have a horse in his race and he's just particularly looking for justice. I don't while justice sleeps, he is a Supreme Court justice. But he has a horse in his race, his own livelihood and his son's livelihood. So we can't discount that. The other thing I want to say about power is you got to remember that every every person who has power, right? There's always a opposing force to that power. So for you may say a president or a king or whatever, it's good and just. But always remember there's somebody else on the other side of the coin that says this person is evil and horrible and unruly. That's just how it is. You can read any history book on any leader. There's always going to be somebody who says that person is a horrible guy, and there's going to be people who say this person is a good guy. So I think we need to keep this in mind. I don't know if Justice Wynn is such a wonderful guy and really out for justice. I'm not sure because again, as a justice, there's other ways he can go about doing this instead of making Avery life a living hell. Because as we said in the beginning, when we start reading this book, why is he doing this to Avery? Does Avery deserve to be treated in this way? Does Rita deserve to be kidnapped? So I think we gotta scrutinize Justice Wynn here also.
I have just posted from page 38, 338. You see the last line. And this is Justice, this one, President
Said Justice
Stokes, he
Wynn,
said.
hear me.
Anyway, we are past 9 now, which what we have missed up till now is the rating of the
I
book.
can't see it. What it say? What it say, Dr. Austin? I can't see what the last line say in my chat. Wait a minute.
It is saying when
If
was
you
one of the
click, if
bishops
you
that
double
would die.
click on it, Bridget, it will bring it up and you can see it.
That's the
Oh, here it is.
text part. Also, there is the next message. I put it as a text.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, what I was going to say, let's rate the book before it gets too late. And we have to select, like last time we talked about the book, the next thing. So first we rate the book. So who would like to go first for the rating?
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll go first. I'll give
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
We're out of 5. I'll give it a solid 4.2, 4.2. It's a good book.
Okay.
I think the end of the book got a little
Okay.
predictable
When
and
she punched the president, we talked about that before you got on, when she punched the president in the
Yeah.
nose.
no, I'm not even before that. The whole thing with the Jared jamming the thing and it got a little silly. I thought, but overall the story is good. It was a good read. And By the way, I just checked Gemini and Chad GBT, and all of them say that
All of them,
when
they are
all
saying
of them
like this
say
because
when
they cannot go that deep of the understanding of the thing. I just pulled out from the book. I didn't put anything chat GPT or anything. I just
I
pasted from the book.
yeah, I'm
And
basing it from the book also. I'm basing it from the book. Justice Wynn is definitely a king, and then
okay,
Stokes. We could
no
take it
problem.
offline though. We could
We
take it
can have a
offline.
difference of opinion, no problem.
So Ray said
It's our own
4.2.
understanding. Yeah, Ray says, Tamara, you go ahead.
I will give it a 5. I did enjoy it. There was some predictable pieces, um, but ultimately I did enjoy the story.
Okay.
It did give me it did reflect, like Bridget had said, about like some things that are currently going on with the political climate here in America, or even really in the world, what's going on. So I do like the fact that Stacey Abrams, she made me think about some things. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 5. I enjoyed
Okay.
it. It was a good pool read. I sat
Yasmin,
behind my pool and I
thank you.
read it.
Sure. Yasmin, you go ahead.
2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
no,
Very,
that's
very
because
2.5,
close.
yeah, because
no.
I understand her point because it becomes so thick sometimes and it becomes very difficult to understand. That's one of the
Yep.
things.
I
It
don't
becomes too
understand all the
thick.
politics. I don't understand the
Yeah,
chess. So
yeah.
it's just,
I understand.
I
I
wasn't
understand.
just so interested in it.
Bri Bridget, you go ahead.
You know I'm giving it a 5. I'm all in. I'm waiting for
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
like
right.
Tamara. I'm gonna get my hands on that next book and somehow I'm gonna read it.
Oh,
But
okay. All right.
I'm all in. I give it a 5 across the board. She had me so at the end
Okay.
it got a little messy, but I was like,
Good
yeah,
that you understood the thick part of it, the thick part of it, the kind of hard part of it. Good that you understood it and you enjoyed it.
no, some
Okay,
parts I
Dr.
did, and
Mahasan.
that's when I had to ask. I had to ask some questions about it because I thought I was going to get a lot lost. I thought I was going to be more lost in the biochemical part or whatever. Like I thought that I was going to be more lost in that part, and I still may be, but I think
Even if
I
you
can
don't
just
understand the
ignore
chess,
it.
you should understand what it means to be. Mean you sacrifice or you put your the higher valued. I mean,
I had
those
to go
kind of.
read like what
Yeah.
each chess piece does, but it still didn't make sense to
Okay.
translate to the book.
Even if you don't understand, just keep it light. Okay, Dr.
Yes.
Mahasan.
I think I'll give it a 4.5.
All right.
A few things kind of I was like, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. But most of throughout the book from beginning to end, because I look at everything a particular way, like I don't trust most things.
Hmm.
And so a lot as I was reading, I mean, I don't play chess, but I do know, I mean, I haven't played chess in a very long time, but I do know how to play chess. Um, I just kept looking at like pieces on a chessboard, and yes, this could happen. No, that can't happen. Yes, this could happen. So I think for me, it was a good read. I was able to connect to it, and I kind of have an idea how the legal system in America works. And
Hmm.
so for me, it was really good. So I would give it a 4.5, and I
All
would
right.
definitely want to read the sequel to the book.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Good.
I
Yeah,
think
I would
you were
also
the
give
only
it.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I think you haven't voted.
Yeah, I was going to say I will also rate it as 4.5. It's very good written story, but there are some parts that becomes too thick. And in the end, it's just like kind of all the things they are trying to do like a fairy tale story. So that's the kind of like a hard part of it. I mean, like that hard part in the sense it doesn't go with the previous dynamic which it was showing before. So we
And
got 20. Yes. Go
And
ahead.
when we went back to the acknowledgements again, like her family participation and things of that nature, I thought that was pretty good too. Like she got some really good help with the book, like
Mhm.
although it was over a 12-year span, like putting it together. So I don't think she just threw it together either, you know?
All right.
So
So
yeah,
we got 25.7 divided by 6 is equal to 4.28, 4.23. It's a good reading, good rating,
great.
good rating
All right,
for
Stacy,
overall.
you did it. Dr.
Yeah.
Ray gonna tag you. Hey Ray, Dr. Ray, I forget that I'm gonna try to find the name of that, the exact name of that
Raynor
by the way,
Roberts.
stop calling me Dr. Ray. Jeez.
What you want us to call you?
Ray.
Auntie, I get
Ray.
that from Auntie. Auntie be doing that.
All right.
That's what
Okay.
your things like Dr. Ray's learning thing. That's what you call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's for
this is a
that,
book
not
club.
for
This is a
It's
this.
for
book club.
YouTube.
He means to say this is a book club, so more like kind of relaxed kind of thing. Okay, so I would move on to the next thing. Next book was going to be like from me, and then would be for Ray, and then would be Yasmin. Yeah, we are all queued up like that. We talked about it last time. So I already have a book from what was it, Richard Osman, the first book of the series of murder mystery. So I would post it in the group, and then you can go ahead from there. But Ray, I want to ask you, it has lots of small chapters, and the book is almost the same length as this one. So how many pages you would like to read? Like 350? You want to read it in like we could read first 25 chapters. There are 115
Let's do it. Let's
chapters.
just split it. How many
Like,
pages is it? 300? Let's just split it just
uh,
the same way we did this book.
Okay, so 25 chapters would actually make it to 100 pages, but 15 of the in the beginning are just for like not like acknowledgements and this kind of thing. So basically, you have to read 85 pages, which is, I
What are we
think, fair
talking
enough for
about?
me.
You picked a new book?
Yeah, we, yeah.
What's the new book?
So
It's Richard Osman's the Richard Osman's book, first in the series of the Murder Mystery Club.
Oh,
The name is the Thursday Murder Club. Thursday Murder Club.
the Murder Club we started with. I said
Yeah,
they
we
making that a
started with I
movie.
think fourth book or something like that, or fifth,
Okay.
fourth book. So this is the first book of that series.
Okay.
So I don't know how much time I'm going to have in August.
Okay.
I'm actually training. I'm going to be doing training so all of August. So I'll definitely I'll try to definitely keep up with the book and keep up with the comments. And if I can jump on, I will jump on. But
No problem.
I'm going to be training because since I came in to my job in kind of the middle, well, towards the end of the year, all the
Mhm.
trainings that I missed, I have to do. So we're doing that in August. So I actually I'm leaving the school. Actually, I'm here to Thursday, and then I'm going to be training all of August.
Mhm.
So when I can jump on, I will jump on. If I can't, I will definitely leave my thoughts and comments
Yeah.
in the chat.
Okay.
And don't spill no beans about that second book.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
that's
even read
important.
it yet.
Unless I ask.
It's sitting on my bookshelf because I'm reading something else. So if you really wanted it, I can ship it to you. I do
So I
trust you.
might just go ahead and get the digital copy and just go ahead and
And
just deal with
if
that.
you want it, I trust you
Mhm.
enough that I don't trust a lot of people with my books. Mahasin could attest to this. But I could ship it to you and then you ship it back if you really wanted it.
I
But
think I'm gonna just go ahead and download the digital copy.
I trust you just
or
enough.
why don't you guys wait? Why don't you guys wait and we'll read it when it's somebody
Yeah,
else's turn?
when somebody else's turn, we will
Okay,
read it.
I'll wait and pick it for my next book. I'll do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can
had
pick it up.
I
Yeah,
had
you can pick
points.
it up.
I had points with Barnes and Nobles. I had points with Barnes and Nobles that I needed to use before they expire. So I just wound up buying it.
Okay.
Yasmin, I am so sorry that I'm picking this.
No worries. No worries. We need to be well-rounded readers, try
I
different
thought you was gonna
genres,
be
different
all in, having
things.
just left DC the other week. I thought you was gonna be like, yeah, that was juicy. I was just here, DC. But you
All
like
right.
2.5.
Anybody wants to say anything else, Dr. Mahasan?
Yeah, I gotta say something to Yasmin. Since
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like
go ahead.
Yasmin, since you like scary movies, do you like scary movies or just scary books?
Both.
Have you seen Bring Her Back yet?
Mm-mm.
Check
You
that one
told us
out.
about that
Bring.
before, I think. I think you told us.
Is it,
Oh,
when did it come out?
it came out this year. This year? This year, right? Yeah, it came out this year. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Bring
Okay.
her
Is it
back.
on Netflix, Amazon?
I'm not sure because I got the IPTV, so I grabbed it off. I'll try to get you a copy and send it to you.
All
Oh my
right.
God.
Thank you.
IPTV. Now what's that? Chat PT TV?
Not of that family member. Not of that family member
No,
because of the last
I
name.
I have a service called Hurricane TV, and I pay
Mhm.
$100 a year, and it gives you every movie, all the TV channels that
Nice.
So
For
um,
100 a year? That's
yeah,
a good
100 a year,
price.
you get everything. So you even get movies that just recently came out.
Hurricane
We can use it
TV.
here, Dr. Reddy.
Yeah, you can use it here. I'll
You need to
send
send us a
you.
link. Put the
Oh, my
link on our
phone
Yeah, I'll
chat.
charger.
send you the
Yeah.
link. It's kind of shady on how to get it. I gotta
We know
let me
that.
call them.
You got it.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah,
Be like,
We
never
know.
let
We
mind.
me
know we have to do
let
that
me
here.
con.
We know that.
I'm gonna contact them on Telegram and tell them what the
Oh,
new
on
link is.
Telegram too?
No,
You know,
no,
Yeah,
he's saying
that's how you communicate with
he
customer
was
services via Telegram.
I thought Signal, I thought that's what the government used them lines, Signal and Telegram. Just kidding.
Yeah, so no, I think that's why they use Telegram so they're not monitored. But let me reach out to them and see if I can get you guys a link because I think
yeah
sometimes they give
the
a free trial.
yeah
Mm.
All right,
the Telegram
Cause I
is
like my
working on
good
the
cable TV here.
yeah
Don't want to mess
yo,
up my good.
if you had Hurricane, you would get rid of your cable. You wouldn't need it anymore.
Okay, cool. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested.
So
Thank
next
you.
week we're reading this first book. What's the name of the book, Mr. Hassan?
it's the Thursday Murder Club,
Thursday Murder Club, and we're reading
book
up
one.
until chapter.
25.
All right, and that's 80 pages.
That's the page numbered would be probably 99, if I correctly remember. But 15 pages are just nothing. You start from page 15 till page 99, something like that, or
All right,
100 or something. Yeah. So
sounds good.
basically, you would
Sounds
have
good.
to read 85 pages. I think it
All right.
would be a smooth read. Only thing would be a difficult thing because it's a first book, so there would be characters coming in and explaining about the characters, which
Can't be
we
no
read.
worse than it can't be no worse than jumping in the fourth book and trying
Yeah,
to put all them characters together. This might
yeah,
even be better.
yeah.
So it's going to be
Good.
sent digitally. It's going to be sent
Yes, yes,
digitally.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I'm going to send it just right after we finish the meeting.
Oh, we missed Sajid today too. He didn't join us, right? We missed him today.
Omar came just for I think 30 seconds. And then
What's up with Mr. Sajid? We haven't seen him in this entire book.
I sent him a message. He always says I'm busy with something and caught up with something. Once he was traveling all these 4 weeks. So I've been like talking to
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Summertime,
Yeah.
people doing stuff. Mhm.
All right, guys. We'll
Okay,
see you next
guys, we'll
week.
see you next week.
All
Thank
right.
you, Dr. Mahasan. Thank you, everybody.
All right,
Alright,
assalamu
everybody, have
alaikum,
Take care.
everybody.
a
Y'all
good
be
rest of the
safe.
week for everybody.
All
Khadija,
right.
I'll be reaching out to you tomorrow for some stuff.
I have your patch too, Mr. Hassan.
Okay, Auntie.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. It came in the mail yesterday.
I was thinking I will ask you today or tonight, and even I was thinking of like going on a lunch or something or dinner or something.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give it to you. Maybe I'll stop by and give it to you. Not tomorrow is what? What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Well,
No problem.
Thursday.
No
All right,
problem. No
maybe I'll
worries.
stop
We
by.
will.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Assalamu
Bye-bye.
alaikum.
Bye-bye.
Wa
Walaikum
alaikum
assalam.
salam.
Yeah, I was thinking of like I have you remember I was talking to you this hotel near this forgot the name near Prince Sultan
Hold on,
University,
let me
Al Waha. Al
hold
Waha
on. Let me
Car Park.
turn off. We on YouTube. Let me turn it off.
Okay. I was going to ask about are you still traveling or you are home?
No, hold on a second. Let me turn off the YouTube. Because we're on YouTube right now. Hold on.
Let me download the chat. Save chat.
Still, sorry.